Hi guys, Crypto Mark back for the next week of KRC20 wallet tracking journey and Kaspa news in general. This is week 29 straight of short videos, about 20 minutes or so, just showing the journey for these tokens that have been bought down the left hand side here. Quick recap, the ones in blue are the ones that we think are still okay and ticking along nicely. The ones in green I need to revisit, potentially they might have died. The ones in red we think have died, just off looking at the socials and the pricing and such like, and the activity and whatnot. So yeah, bought them way back when, most of them back in December. A few additions of late in June here, you can see here, these ones here. And then we're just going to have a look, see where they're tracking, and have a look at some general news. So $280 total spend, it's about $10, $12 ish thereabouts on most. A couple of anomalies, a couple of $4 or $5 ones where I just had a little bit of Kaspa dust sitting about in some spare wallets and just took a punt on them, and a $22 one, which was my mistake because I miscalculated. I couldn't work me numbers out, didn't have enough fingers and toes. So where we're at now is, to be honest, when I've just done these prices, they're more or less tracking where they were last week. If I'm honest, not a lot has changed, as you can see. What I kind of just do is just look between the two, the current week and the previous week. So you can see in and around the same price, more or less, pretty much give or take a couple of dollars up and down. If we're honest, the ones where they're down to like $2 and a couple of dollars, they're just, yeah, I'm not actively looking into them that much, to be honest. Potentially they're just bleeding out. Or they might come a good again and they might just be sitting there biding their time, the projects, and then have some things that they're going to bring out when the sentiment in the market improves and we'll get the blast off that we're all hoping that we'll get. Again, not financial advice, any of this, by the way. If you're interested in any of these, you can have a look yourself, see what you think. You might want to get yourself a couple of bags. You might want to just completely bypass these for now until things kick off a bit, and then get in, because it's mega early on these KRC20s. I do definitely think that there is a place for them, 100%. If we think about it, Kaspa is the best cryptocurrency that there is, in my humble opinion. So why would you not then build everything you can on the best network that there is? The token speed, everything, security, the technology itself being different, as in being a DAG, yeah, and the fact that it's 10 blocks per second, and that's going to increase. The roadmap is set out where you can see that that's going to increase to be faster again, which is unbelievable really when you consider how fast it is now. I literally sent some Kaspa between wallets last week when I was buying one of these tokens, and I literally sent it off my phone on one of them, and it was there. Like, as soon as I looked at my computer, I was there. That's how quick it was on the KasWare Wallet. So it's, it's blink of an eye stuff. So what more do you want, where you can send millions and millions of dollars in the blink of an eye across borders, safely, securely, and in secrecy if you wanted, if that's kind of your game. I'm not condoning any of that, like, obviously, but just putting it out there how it is, seeing how it is. Smart excuse me, smart contracts coming, again, game changer. And then I firmly believe that there's probably people sitting waiting to deploy apps, contracts, technologies on Kaspa and through Kaspa, and then we'll really see the adoption beyond there, in my opinion. Obviously, we've got the KNS, where you can inscribe a name for your wallet. So rather than having your long convoluted Kaspa wallet address, you can have, for my example, Crypto Mark as your name, and people can send Kaspa to Crypto Mark. I'm not asking for any, but if they did, it will come into my wallet, because that is linked up to my wallet address. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy, the sort of things that are here already when you think it's still so far in its infancy in smart contracts and all of it's like the door hasn't been unlocked yet, for all the things that can come flooding in. So that's my take on it, and I keep beating the same drum, people keep watching or they don't. The videos are tailing off a little bit. Again, I get that that's possibly because the KRC20 place is flat, but I've committed to making these videos and continuing, and I'm going to continue doing them. And if for nothing else, it keeps my eye on the ball with the various things going on, because I have to have a look around and see what I want to talk about, and it keeps me on the ball and abreast of things as they're sort of panning out and happening. So yeah, all good. This Zeal, by the way, is the DEX that's coming. It's being tested. I've done some testing on one of the videos a few weeks ago. I think they've released a different test model, so like the next one on with improvements, probably to the feedback from the previous sessions of testing. So hopefully that comes out soon. That'll make your swaps much easier than using like Kaspa bot and things like that. It'll make it more easy for people who are less savvy with all the intricacies of things like bots and things like that. So yeah, that's it. That's all good. Let's have a look at this as a starter for 10. So Zeal again is right up there, is the number one. 24 million. It was up to 40 a few weeks ago, so it's bouncing about a bit. KS has shot up again. This is 30 million now. It's overtaken Nacho. Again, if I'm honest, I haven't looked a massive amount into it. I know there's like a game involved and stuff like that. The 95% pre-mint kind of put us off at the time. I didn't bother looking into it properly. Still haven't, if I'm honest. I'm more interested in the fair launched, no pre-mints or very minimal pre-mints projects, where I think that's where the community and such like will be. And if I'm doing KS a disservice, please let us know, and I will make a video and look into them. But for now, I'm focusing on what I'm focusing on, which is more so just the straight up memes. Nacho again, fabulous project. They're posting all the time. They're having competitions. They're having spaces. They're talking about different NFTs all the time, and the technology, the various things that the utility that the NFTs have got, which for example is a link in with Zeal, so it's reduced fees if you've got a Nacho NFT, for example. I'm sure I'm not making that, but I'm sure I've seen that somewhere down the line. So yeah, grinding and grafting hard, and it's probably, people probably admit it's probably been a bit more of a difficult journey on these KRC20s than first thought when they first came out, because it was all the hype and everything at first, but then nothing really happened with the market. I think when the KRC20s came out, everyone was expecting Kaspa to go higher just because of where the market was and all that sort of thing, and it's been delayed a little bit. I think that's probably just more so down to Bitcoin and what that's doing, and everything feels different now that the institutions are here, and your big BlackRocks and Fidelity buying God knows what, all the Bitcoin, all the Ethereum, Solana one now coming, or has come out. So yeah, the space feels a little bit different, but yeah, it's still, I think the time is still coming. It's still bubbling, and it's just going to take that a little bit longer, which again I've alluded to, but that's crypto all over for you. It's a waiting game. It is what it is. But what I am keen on, and I haven't really mentioned before, is the fact that the likes of Kaspa, it's always in and around here. I seen it at a couple of million not long ago, but it doesn't like dip too far. It's probably like as stable at KRC20 as there is, if that's even a saying. So your memes that the widely fluctuate, they can be up and down loads, but it's kind of more of a settled. So does that mean it's got like the following it's got is, that the old holders, they're all massively convicted, probably, if I'm honest with you, because they are communities, these tokens. And if you've got a strong foundation and a strong base, then you've always got a chance, haven't you? That's the thing. So what's always knocking around? Kango, Kaspa, Conan, they're always in and around here. Good. They're always top 10, like between 4 and 10, essentially. They might shift around a little bit, but they're always in amongst that. So yeah, that's it. That's good. These are, again, I wouldn't put anybody off looking at any of these. And when you get down a little bit, you're looking at like really small market caps. So look at that. Within the top 20, you're down to like $55,000 market cap. Yeah, and Catchy's 106. I mustn't just have that filled out correctly. But anyhow, there we go. That's where we're at with those. So what was I going to talk about? Yeah, I was going to touch on some of these newer ones that I bought. Just have a little bit of a look. This KRC one, A little bit concerning in a sense of there's no X page updates anymore. That's the one that I made a mistake and bought too much of as well. There was 7 holders when I bought it. There was 12 as of last week. And if we go back on there, there's still 12, I think. So whether it just hasn't got off the ground, whether they've just paused, whether they've just... I can't believe they've set this up and then robbed people intentionally when there's only like 12 holders. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There's not much money in it, so it doesn't make any sense for that to be what's happened. So it's most likely... Let's have a look. It's most likely that it just hasn't gained any traction as yet, and they might be having to rethink about how they market it or how they come out and get it going. So I'm one of these that's got 2,870, one of these wallets here. So one of the top 3. So what I was thinking was, ideally, how many times could you get into a project where you can claim to be one of the top 3 holders? So that is me, and that was me when I got into it. Unfortunately, it just for whatever reason hasn't taken off, hasn't moved on. But that's not to say that it won't. You know how things can change with just one tweet or what have you. Website is just pretty much nothing. Just says minted on, or change it. I'll show you. Buy it on Kaspa.com. Mint on Kaspa.com. There's that. There's the Discord. I have been in the Discord. There wasn't anything happening at that particular time. And when you come onto the X, scroll back. Here we go. They were just doing like a token count in terms of the days that they've done the minting. And there's been no new posts since day 4, 24th of June. So yeah, not sure. Jury's out, but this is what you're getting into when you're getting into like uber tiny, minute coins. So yeah, kind of is where that is. I do like the image and I like it. So hopefully something can come of it. Hopefully they're just working away and doing something. The other ones that we're going to talk about were yes, Captain, where you at? Yes, Captain. So again, I tagged these in the video I made last week when I talked about buying them, and every one of them, to be fair, liked the video. Some put comments on like welcome aboard, that kind of thing. So yeah, that was nice of them. So let's have a look. Yeah, just a call to arms, really. I'm sure they've done a collaboration. Yeah, they have, with KRC20. So they're running a competition. So you may be interested in having a look at this, even if you don't have any. Oh, do you have to have some? Right, yeah. So you would have to have some token to join, or one or the other, or bonus if you've got both. Tag your friends. You know, a good way of getting the message out about the project. Drop your wallet, and then some people will win. So that's good. That's the kind of thing that you want. You want to see these tokens working together as well, which is good. You know, we're all under the same umbrella, the Kaspa umbrella, and you know, everyone helps each other, and everyone can rise and win. So that's what it should be, really. Battery's running low on here. I've just seen that. I need to plug this in. Pluto. Let's have a gander. Pluto. Relatively new purchase. This is the one where I bought it with like $4 worth of dust, I would call it, just some Kaspa that I had left over. Yeah, they're posting, there's stuff going on, stickers, stuff going on. Yeah, and it ran up to like $120 or so, $150 out the blue, and then now it's 30, 28, something like that. 28. Yeah, now $29, so that's good. Brock, what's happening with Brock? I don't know where I'm going here. Brock. Oh, wrong one. I should have a look at Kaspa because that's one of the new ones as well. Reposting the other Captain Kaspas, again, that's what I mean. Not collaborating as such, but reposting each other's things is good. Yeah, still active, still posting away. Yeah, good, yeah, like it. This is Kongs, actually. Kongs, when I told you I bought Kongs because it was being rebranded, and basically being brought back to life, so to speak. And they've been posting a little bit. Big news, welcome to the new and improved X account. Yeah, nothing much has happened in terms of posting, but the fact that it's been brought back out, hopefully they've got stuff in the pipeline that's going to come. Brock, we're going to look at. Brock, the dog father. Yes, lovely. I love this image, to be fair. Let's see what we've got going on. June 24th, we went silent that week. Brock returns. Again, this is the one that I think I've spoke about a few times where the projects have just kind of backed off a little bit, maybe when the sentiment's been down a bit, a little touch, and then they're just trying to get their act back together and get things coming. There was an EMA on the 28th, didn't see that, missed it. Not a huge amount of stuff going on, but yeah, it's there, the price is there, it's still going, still ticking. Let's have a little butchers at this before my battery runs out. What one? 14%. Kaspa, it sideways basically quite a while. So week on week, we're pretty much where we were last week, on the nose, pretty much. Month down a touch. 3 months, we are where we were 3 months ago, more or less. A little bit higher than where we were, in fact. On the year, yes, we're down a little bit. Max, still a healthy looking chart. Do you know what I mean? It's still ticking along. Crypto in general, Bitcoin's hit its all-time high again, hasn't it? So it's always nice to see. What do you anybody make about all these Bitcoins that have been moved for years? They've been stagnant for years, and then billions and billions of them are shifting about different wallets. It's interesting, isn't it? Really, don't know what's going on. How much sort of stamina and conviction must you have had to just have held for all that time without selling any? Or how much money have you already got is probably more the point. Where you bought stuff for 20 cents and it's like $60,000 and you haven't done anything with it. You haven't been tempted to sell any. Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, all good. Okay, let's have a look down. See what I mean about, I keep mentioning this, but they all look more or less look the same. A lot of them look the same. How many of these you could draw these over each other and they'd be exactly the same. That's for quite a few of them anyhow. There's Kaspa's 53. Yeah, so it's good. I'm going to have to go in a sec because my daughter looks like she wants to come in the room. But yeah, that's it. I'm just going to leave it here. Short and sweet this week. Pretty much where we were last week on most of the things, as I've just alluded to, spoke about. By all means, let us know if you want to see anything different. If you want us to do a deeper dive into any particular projects. I'll probably venture into the telegrams next week. I was going to do that today. My battery's running low. My daughter's just turned up, so I'll do that next week. I'll venture into the telegrams, in particular those new ones that we've been speaking about. We'll have a look and we'll see if we can fathom out what's going on. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Cheers and take care. See you next week.